this is now a shared session. The Global Consortium for eHealth Interoperability is a collaboration between HIMSS, IHE, and HL7. And we have one representative of all of these organizations here, at least I hope so. Is there?
Jürgen, can you hear me?
Ah, yeah, here, Tom. This is Tom Leary. We don't see you, Tom. Oh, we see you. Yes, great. Tom is here. Great. Good. So we have one. So where's the other one?
Screen.
And Walter Suarez is here too.
Oh, yeah. Great. This is Walter Suarez. So short introduction.
Essentially, in 2020, just prior to the start of the pandemic in the United States, IHE International, HL7 International, and HIMSS came together to form the Global Consortium for eHealth Interoperability. We've been working very hard as a group to get everything, the foundation set for the development of the Global Consortium, with the idea of working together on as the three organizations coming together to create an environment that will focus on several key issues. One, workforce development, particularly around fire, accelerate. There are a lot of fire accelerators, a lot of people out there wanting to be fire accelerators. There aren't enough people that are trained in fire. So the three organizations are interested in helping with that issue. Secondly, we've been very much focused on trying to address, along with others, the where we can use the three organizations together to focus on the international patient summary. Yesterday it was suggested that perhaps the Global Consortium could be helpful in the international patient access effort as well. So I think the important thing for why HIMSS got involved, and I know we're right up near the top of the hour and I want the others to speak, but the important reason why HIMSS got involved and why the consortium is important for all of you to be part of is that it's the power of the three organizations coming together to help with fill in some of the gaps that HIMSS has been very much working with RSNA, on certain issues. We're working obviously with IHE, both USA and internationally, and we've been working with HL7. But why not have the power of the three organizations to really move forward this collaborative? So Walter, I know that we're pressed for time, but it didn't make sense to present from the other room. So over to you for HL7 perspective.
Well, thank you, Tom. I hope you can hear me okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Well, we believe truly that the journey towards global interoperability is now more important than ever as we come out of this global pandemic that has changed basically the way we live, the way we work, and the way we look at delivering care and accessing care. And so I think the role of this global consortium is more important than ever to continue to help advancing the journey towards interoperability. I think what we've seen during the pandemic and even as we come out of this pandemic, many countries are now developing and implementing their national digital health transformation and interoperability strategies and roadmaps. And in there, the use of technical standards, international technical standards, such as the ones that IHE and HL7 have developed, and in particular, FHIR, are a cornerstone, are a foundational component of these national strategies. And so from an HL7 perspective, we are very proud and we are honored to be one of the founding members of the Global Consortium. We believe that as we go into the end of this 2022 and begin to look at 23 and 24, we're going to have to emphasize and expand our ability to create a global strategy to help advance and achieve interoperability across countries, within countries, across regions, and going all the way to the local level. So we're very proud. We will continue to support and to work with our partners, HIMSS and IHE International and others. And here's a call for participation to other organizations that would like to be a part of this global consortium. So thank you so much for the opportunity to say a few words, and I'll turn it back to Jürgen, I think.
Okay, thank you, Walter. Yes, and I did not announce myself in the beginning, so I'm doing that now. I'm Jürgen Brandstetter, and in this session, I'm a member of IHE-Europe, but also a member of IHE International, and in that role, one of the appointed representatives to the consortium. And I can just underline what my colleague said. It's really a privilege and a pleasure to work together with these other two organizations. I think the basic thought behind all of this was, I mean, we have three organizations here which are well known, and they all have their core assets, and we all know them. And I think the thinking was to say, why not unite that? Because there are huge challenges out there, and there are other, let's say, entities which are rather large or have a big impact. For example, the European Commission or WHO or the GDHP, which we have later in the session, which are more and more getting their feet on the ground in terms of that they see their responsibility to take more part in all of this creation of eHealth. And one part of this creation is, of course, the creation and fostering of standards. So the question was, how can we meet these giants, so to speak? You know, shall we meet them individual? No, it's better to meet them as a group, kind of the family of standards development organizations. So as Walter mentioned, this is not a closed club. SNOMED and all of the others are invited to join, as well as other members. And it's for the purpose to be ready for the challenges of the future. As IHE, I can say I'm same proud as Walter and Tom to be part of this. And thank you very much that you help us saving time. You actually saved too much time because we're now 5 minutes ahead of schedule, which means that I can pass the ball back to Tom for some more words on the consortium from the HIMSS perspective.
Well, thank you, Jürgen. Can the slides, are they movable? Okay, why don't we, so we talked a bit about this. The three organizations coming together. We just celebrated, we're getting ready to celebrate our 3rd anniversary in January. Next slide, please. The intention is really to, as we've been talking about, is to align existing, emerging, and emerging standards, as well as implementation guides, really the strengths of all the organizations with digital transformation roadmaps. The intention is, as we talked about a little bit about, is standards, education, filling that workforce, making sure that workforce is diverse. Sorry, I'm talking to the camera, not to the group as well. But it's the diversification of the workforce, as well as making sure that we have the pipeline in place. Next slide, please. What we've done in 2020 is, is a bit of seems like years ago, but we launched an awareness campaign. 2021 developed a testing structure, and then ongoing collaborations going throughout this year, and starting to plan for 2023. In fact, it's nice to have Dee Davis here in the room. Keep social media, the consortium needs it, but and Dee is such a superstar. But the idea for us in terms of both standards acceleration and education is to keep, it's not to keep this to ourselves, but to bring it as many organizations together as possible. Last, as Walter mentioned, we'll be doing some strategic planning around global strategy for digital health equity, global observatory for eHealth standards. We've had some conversations with GDHP. We're going to take another run at it perhaps in the beginning of next year, but then global strategies around eHealth, interoperability, and I had a boss who told me, never read, the people can read, don't read the slide to them. So final slide, I think, is the one with the QR code, but no, this is the, yeah, let me get to the QR code so we can, go ahead, last one. So if you want to help us, which I think being in this area, being here this week, being, on site in Europe or on site here in the United States, shows an indication that you want to help with the overall issue. So if you want to help us take an opportunity to grab that QR code and so we can get the next phase of start implementing the strategy of the global consortium, get beyond the talk to the action phase. Walter, anything that I forgot at this point? Or Jürgen, how did I do on my 5 extra minutes?
No, just a couple of very brief words, because I do think that this, and if you go back 1 slide or 2 slides, I'll appreciate it. I think it's going to be very important to look at this initiative that are to the right of the screen, because I think, regardless of whether there is consortiums like the Global Consortium or other organizations out there, we really need to, as a global community in healthcare, pay attention to and hopefully develop all these components that we listed here as initiatives. I think digital health equity has become now also a very critical aspect of not just how digital technologies can help address health equity issues and social health needs, but the intrinsic aspects of equity in the distribution of digital technologies is going to be critical. And then also one more that I think is worth noting is this effort to modernize public health systems. I think across the globe, we all experience and learn a lot of lessons out of the pandemic for our public health systems. And we feel that there is a unique opportunity to pursue support for the modernization of this public health information system so that they're not behind the digital curve, if you will. So just wanted to highlight those points, and I think the consortium is ready to continue to help and convene the different organizations that could help achieve these initiatives. So thank you.
Yes, thank you, dear colleagues. So, I mean, there's nothing to add to what's said. I just want to make a personal remark. You see the tone between us. I mean, that's 3 organizations which were totally on their own 2 years ago. Now we have a super understanding between us and between the organizations. And I personally can just say it's a pleasure to work with you guys. And I think we are, with that, on the exactly right track. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jürgen. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks, Jürgen.
Thank you.